Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. This video will be in English language for all my viewers from South India and Northeast India. Now in this video I will bring to you the second part from the first week of December. As I told you in the previous video that I have covered around 160-170 questions, but in the previous video I had covered only around 70 questions. So in this video I will cover the remaining 90 questions. One more thing, on huge request of students, the PDF that I will upload on the website will have answers also, but then there will arise one problem. Many students will say that if the answers are already there, how will we be able to practice the questions? So there will be two PDFs, one without answers, one with answers, and you can use the one without answers for practicing and for taking printouts. So I hope that helps you. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, the link is below in the description. Now our pen drive course, if you want to buy, we have updated our SSC, CGL and Railways pen drive for the year 2017, and also we are launching a special feature, that is every week there will be one or two minimum special videos updated only for pen drive users, which they can download from our website. Those videos everybody can download, but only the ones who have pen drive will be able to watch, because the pen drive has an encrypted software that will allow the videos to run. If you want to buy any pen drive, you can call this number 9580048004. So let's start. First question is, which bank has partnered with Ola? Now Ola, we know, is a, we ordered taxi, cab. So Ola versus Uber, there are two big companies right now. Now Ola is also into cashless transactions with Ola Money. So which bank has partnered with Ola for setting up mobile ATMs for cash withdrawal? And as per this, customers will be able to swipe their debit card and they will be able to withdraw an amount of up to rupees 2000 per card. And this is enabled using the point of sales machine that are available in the Ola cabs. So that will help customers. And this bank is Yes Bank. Yes Bank has partnered with Ola cabs for the same. Now RBI has decided to publish new currency notes for which two denominations. Now this is not demonetization, because the old notes will also be valid, and therefore this is just to increase the number of the lower denominations of 20 rupees and 50 rupees. So RBI will launch new notes, 20 rupees and 50 rupees, and they will be in the same old Gandhi series, but there will be one difference. The new 20 rupees notes will have the inset letter L, and that is very, very important. They will ask that which letter will be the inset letter in the new 20 rupee notes, and this inset letter L will not be there in the 50 rupee notes, and this I have covered in detail in my banking awareness video. Which bank has raised 1000 crore rupees by issuing bonds that are compliant with the Basel III norms? Now you know that Basel III norms had capital adequacy ratio as one of its mainstays. So Basel is a place in Switzerland, and this bank has raised 1000 crore by issuing bonds which are compliant with Basel III. Now please note that bonds are debt instruments. That is, a company can raise the money, and that raised money is divided into bonds, and you can buy the bonds, and on that bond the company is liable to pay you a fixed interest for a fixed duration. So that is called a bond. That is the difference between a bond and a share. In a share, the company dilute its own equity in the company, and they don't promise any fixed amount, fixed interest. So in shares, considerable risk is there, whereas in bonds, limited risk is there. But then in shares, you can earn a lot, if the company does well. Whereas in bonds, even if the company does well, you will still get that fixed amount only. So therefore, share and bonds, they are completely different, and you should know the difference between the two. Now, which bank has raised 1000 crore? The answer to this question is Bank of Baroda. Bank of Baroda has been in loss. It has been accumulating a lot of non-performing assets, and therefore it needs to do something different. So Bank of Baroda has decided to go this way. By the way, one more bank, that is State Bank of Travancore. State Bank of Travancore has also decided to raise 600 crore by issuing bonds. State Bank of Travancore, which is due to get merged into the State Bank of India. Now, which country will have Bernard Cazeneuve as the new interim Prime Minister till the general elections next year? And he was appointed by the president, who is the actual executive head of this country. The president is Francois Hollande. So you can easily guess the answer now. It is France. In France, the prime minister, they have a new interim prime minister, Bernard Cazeneuve. Although in France, the real executive head, unlike India, is not the prime minister, is the president. And Bernard will replace which person? He will replace Manuel Valls. So the outgoing Prime Minister of France is Manuel Valls. He will be replaced by Bernard Cazeneuve. And elections are due next year. Which sculptor won the 2016 Turner Prize for Contemporary Art? Turner Prize for Contemporary Art, and his name is Helen Martin. Helen Martin was announced the winner in London, and he is also one of the youngest to get this award. He got this award in less than 50 years of age. So that's very important. One more award Helen Martin won, that is the Hepworth Prize. Although rarely they will ask this question in exam, but if you need depth, Hepworth Prize was also won just last month by Helen Martin, the famous sculptor. Mahaparinirvan Divas. Mahaparinirvan Divas is the death anniversary of which famous personality who died on 6th of December 1956. So which one of the greatest Indians ever? He died on 6th of December 1956. His death date is celebrated as Mahaparinirvan Divas. It is observed as Mahaparinirvan Divas. His name was Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was also the chairman of the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly, and he did immense work, seminal work for the upliftment of the minorities, Dalits, etc. Now, you should also know the death date of Gandhiji also. It is asked in exams. Gandhiji was killed by Nathuram Godse 30th January 1948. Next, the 12th International Oil and Gas Conference, Petrotech 2016, was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in which city? So it was the 12th edition of the Petrotech conference. It is an international conference and it took place in New Delhi, in the capital, New Delhi. And the theme for this conference was hydrocarbons to fuel the future choices and challenges. I repeat, hydrocarbons to fuel the future choices and challenges. Now, what are hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are the compound which contain hydrogen and carbon, like alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, alcohols, carboxylic acids. So if you know chemistry, you will know what are hydrocarbons. Who has been appointed as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu following the demise of the former Chief Minister Selvi Jayalalitha? Now, Jayalalitha died, we all know, because of health problems, health complications, and even before, when Jayalalitha was indicted in some corruption cases, that time she had to go to jail for a very short amount of time. That time also, this person was made the Chief Minister. His name is O. Paneerselvam. O. Paneerselvam of the AIADMK, All India Anna Dravid Munnetra Kazhagam Party. Name the former FIFA president who lost his appeal against a 6-year ban for ethics violations as ruled by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Now this is a very important question, and if you follow football, then you will know this guy. So he was the FIFA president. FIFA is the official body, governing body with respect to the global level. So the World Cup, the Club World Cup, these are all conducted by FIFA. So this guy was the president of FIFA, and he was involved in a lot of corruption charges also and ethics violations also, which means not doing your job as per the standard set, and his name is Sepp Blatter. Now Sepp Blatter, he was given a 6-year ban, and it has been upheld by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, which means he will remain suspended for 6 years. Sepp Blatter was from Switzerland. So who is the right now, after Sepp Blatter, who took over as the president of FIFA? It is Gianni Infantino. Earlier this year, he was made the president of FIFA. Gianni Infantino is from Italy. Now, these two gentlemen are equally important. Alexander Safarin is the president of UEFA. Now the difference between UEFA and FIFA is that FIFA conducts the tournament at the world level, UEFA is only for Europe. And so therefore tournaments which are limited to Europe like Champions League is conducted by UEFA. Similarly Euro, the international competition Euro is also conducted by UEFA. Michel Platini was the ex-president of UEFA. He was also involved in ethics violations and not doing his duty properly. He was sacked, he resigned. Michel Platini was from France, legendary midfielder from France. Metals and Minerals Trading Corporation MMTC Bullion has tied up with which bank to sell government minted Indian gold coin? Now this coin is India's first ever sovereign gold offering, and it is the only one to be hallmarked by the Bureau of Indian Standards. BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, has hallmarked this coin, certifying the purity. And Metals and Minerals Trading Corporation has tied up with which bank to sell this particular gold coin, and this coin will be available in the denomination of 5 gram, 10 gram and 20 gram. 10 gram we also say 1 carat. So this will be available in these denominations, and MMTC for this has tied up with State Bank of India, the largest lender in India, largest bank in India. Fidel Castro, the revolutionary leader of Cuba, was buried in which city? So Fidel Castro, you know, he ruled for almost 5 decades, and he was a communist. He belonged to communist ideology, and he was a Cuban, and the capital of Cuba is Havana, but his body was buried in Santiago de Cuba. Santiago de Cuba. So mention the full name, because Santiago is also the capital of Chile, but that is different. This is different. Next, central government has asked the banks to install how many point of sales terminals to promote digital transaction, to promote cashless transactions by March 2017. This is a dictum given by the central government to the banks. How many POS? These are also called, this is like a micro ATM, which the customers can use for various purposes. So the number is 10 lakh. 10 lakh point of sale terminal will be installed by banks as told by central government by March 2017. Whose birth anniversary will be observed as Water Day on 14th April across India? So this is a new day, National Water Day, and his birthday is on 14th of April. So you must have guessed it by now. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar again. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's birthday will be observed as National Water Day, and this announcement was made by our Union Minister for Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, Uma Bharti. Uma Bharti is the Union Cabinet Minister for Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. Which organization has asked all the universities and colleges across the country to launch a 1-month-long campaign to create awareness about cashless transactions? So all the universities and colleges will now have a 30-day campaign by which they will spread awareness about the cashless transaction. This has been said to all the colleges and universities by Universities Grant Commission. So Universities Grants Commission, UGC. Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of West Bengal from Trinamool Congress, announced the setting up of a special panel chaired by Partha Chatterjee to stop what? Now, Partha Chatterjee panel was set up by Mamata Banerjee to check child trafficking. Child trafficking is when the children are abducted and they are forced to do prostitution or forced labor, manual labor and begging, etc. That is called child trafficking. So to keep a check on child trafficking, Partha Chatterjee panel has been set up by Mamata Banerjee. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu, he is from Telugu Desam Party, N. Chandrababu Naidu has launched which mobile application, which mobile app featuring 13 mobile banks and 10 mobile wallet options in Vijayawada? So this is a very important question because a lot of questions can be made from this question. So if they ask you the question that which is the first city in India to provide 100% health insurance, the answer is Vijayawada. Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh. And also this mobile app was also launched in Vijayawada. The answer is AP Purse. AP stands for Andhra Pradesh. AP Purse is the name of the mobile app. Very important question. Which state government has decided to appoint 1000 people, 1000 banking correspondents in 1000 unbanked gram panchayats to help the people who are facing difficulties due to the effect of demonetization? Now we know that most of the villages in India don't have banks. So 1000 people will go to 1000 gram panchayats to spread awareness about demonetization and to help the people. For that, 1000 banking correspondents will be appointed, and this decision has been taken by government of Odisha. Odisha capital is Bhubaneswar and the chief minister is Naveen Patnaik of the Biju Janata Dal Party. Which state will implement rupees 50 crore National Hydrology Project? And this project is aimed at preservation of water, conservation of water, proper maintenance of water resources, proper accessibility of information regarding water resources, etc. It will be called National Hydrology Project, and it is aimed, the cost is rupees 50 crore. This is done by Haryana. Haryana has been facing water problem because the water table has significantly gone down in the last 20 years, and also Haryana is not getting any water supply because of the Satluj Canal link controversy from Punjab. Punjab has refused to give any water to Haryana. So Haryana is taking steps like National Hydrology Project. India will establish a Center of Excellence in Information Technology, IT, in which country? So it is India that will actually establish this center in some other country. All these four are North African countries: Morocco, Algeria, Libya, and Egypt. The name of the country is Egypt. And one of the most known universities of Egypt is Al-Azhar University. So Al-Azhar University's campus, this center of excellence will be established. Al-Azhar University in Cairo. Cairo is the capital of Egypt. And I'm sure you know the capital of all of these four countries: Algeria, Morocco, Rabat, Libya, Tripoli, and Algeria. So tell me the capital of Algeria, very similar to the country's name. Next question: which bank has been adjudged as the best bank for small and medium enterprises lending by ASSOCHAM? So ASSOCHAM is the Associate Chambers of Commerce and Industry in India. And which bank has been adjudged as the best bank for small and medium enterprises? So this bank is Vijaya Bank. It's a bank of Karnataka. It is a bank from Karnataka, not Bank of Karnataka, because Bank of Karnataka is a separate bank. Vijaya Bank headquarters is in Bengaluru. Which insurance company has launched two insurance schemes? One is called Jeevan Suraksha and one is called Credit Suraksha. Suraksha means protection. So life protection and credit protection. Jeevan Suraksha and Credit Suraksha scheme has been launched by which insurance company? This insurance company is HDFC Life. And in this insurance, you just need to pay 1 rupee daily or 120 rupee per family per month to avail this insurance service. Which language in the world has been ranked as the most powerful language on the planet by the World Economic Forum? So it has been done by World Economic Forum, and that is why this question becomes very, very important. So which language is the most powerful language in the world? It is English. Where does Hindi stand in terms of the most powerful languages in the world? So Hindi is 10th, and this in itself is a question. Now, which is the most spoken language in the world? It is Mandarin. Most spoken language. Mandarin is also called Chinese. Because China has maximum population, so it is obvious that Chinese will be the most spoken language. And second most spoken language in the world is Spanish. And why Spanish? Because Spanish, or Spanish Latin to be more specific, is spoken not just in Spain but in most of the countries of the South America. That is why it is also called Latin America. And the third most spoken language in the world is in fact English. So these are some facts. Which actor has been named as Kids Icon of the Year at the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards? So which actor has been named as Kids Icon of the Year? This actor is kids' favorite Shah Rukh Khan. And Salman Khan won the Best Actor Award for his film Sultan in these awards, and Deepika Padukone was named Best Actress for Bajirao Mastani. So Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. Which Supreme Court judge is the new Chief Justice of India? So this is one of the most important question and a short question. And he is the 44th Chief Justice of India. T.S. Thakur was the 43rd Chief Justice of India, whose tenure has ended now. So the new Chief Justice of India is Jagdish Singh Kehar, and his appointment has been approved by the President of India, because the President of India appoints the Chief Justice. Now, one more thing. Jagdish Singh Kehar is a Sikh, and he is the first Sikh ever to be the Chief Justice of India. Now, there is a 12-day annual bilateral maritime exercise between the Indian Navy and the Royal Navy, and it is called Konkan 16. So these names are very, very important. These military exercises which take place between India and other countries and within India. So this is between Indian Navy and Royal Navy. Konkan 16 is the name. It is taking place in which two cities? So all of these areas are Konkan except Chennai. Chennai is not Konkan area because it is on the eastern coast, not the western coast. So therefore, these two options you can eliminate, right? Now, Konkan is the western coast. So Mumbai and Goa and Chennai. So this option also you can eliminate. So the answer is Mumbai and Goa. So sometimes you can apply your brain to solve questions. First 6 days of this exercise, it is a 12-day exercise. So first 6 days will be in Mumbai. Next 6 days will be in Goa. Cho Ramaswamy, he passed away recently. Cho Ramaswamy passed away recently. He belonged to which field? So his real name was not this. His real name was Srinivas Iyer Ramaswamy. Srinivas Iyer Ramaswamy. He was a very, very popular person. He was a political satirist, and he was founder editor of Tughlaq magazine. So remember all these names. They can ask Cho Ramaswamy or Srinivas Iyer Ramaswamy was the founding editor of which magazine? Tughlaq magazine. And if you remember, he once introduced Narendra Modi as Merchant of Death, but later that was more of a comedy. He said that Narendra Modi is Merchant of Death of corruption, Merchant of Death of terrorism, and he took jibe at Sonia Gandhi, who once had called Narendra Modi Merchant of Death in a Gujarat rally. So Cho Ramaswamy passed away recently. He belonged to which field? He was from journalism. He was also a member of Rajya Sabha from BJP. The Union Cabinet approved the inclusion of how many new castes in the central list of OBCs in 8 states, other backward classes. These 8 states are Assam, Bihar, HP, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, MP, J&K and Uttarakhand. So in these 8 states, how many new castes are added in the OBC, in the central list? So these are 15 new castes. Which country's scientists have given the green signal for using 3-parent baby fertility treatment and becoming the first in the world to officially introduce the procedure? This is a question from Science and Technology, very, very important, especially for UPSC. Now please note that if the females suffer from any mitochondrial disease, then the disease, there is a chance to be passed to the progeny, and therefore 3-parent baby is a solution in which the women who are suffering from any mitochondrial disease, they can have children normally. And the first in the world to officially introduce this procedure is Britain. Britain is, there are 3 countries in Britain. There is Scotland at the top, then England towards the west, and Wales towards the east. These 3 combined are called Britain. The Competition Commission of India has approved the merger of which bank with State Bank of India? Competition Commission of India has approved the merger of which bank? So there were 6 banks which were supposed to be merged into the State Bank of India, but the official approval has been given to Bharatiya Mahila Bank Limited, which will get merged with State Bank of India. State Bank of India chairman is Arundhati Bhattacharya. Which institute has become the first institute to be placed in the top 15 universities among the top 300 universities in the latest Times Higher Education's BRICS and Emerging Economies University Rankings 2017. So in the BRICS and Emerging Economies University Ranking, emerging economy, this does not have, the universities from US and other developed countries, only emerging economy and BRICS countries. So which is the first Indian institute in the top 15 universities in this? It is the Indian Institute of Science in Bengaluru. President Pranab Mukherjee has presented the second ICCR Distinguished Indologist Award to which personality at Rashtrapati Bhavan? Distinguished Indologist Award. So this award is given to a Chinese Professor Yu Long Yu. Professor Yu Long Yu. Which element? This is one of the most important questions. Which element recently added to the periodic table became the first ever element to be discovered by Japanese scientists? Now there are four elements which are added in the periodic table, and they are saying that the periodic table is now complete. There were spaces which are being filled up. Periodic table, these four elements which are discovered are these. So you should remember the name of all of these four. This is very, very important. Nihonium, Oganesson, Moscovium and Tennessine. But out of these four, only one is discovered by Japanese scientists, and it is the first ever element to be discovered by Japanese scientists. The name is Nihonium. And by the way, Nihonium, what is the meaning of the word Nihonium? It means land of the rising sun. Out of Nihonium, IUM represents the element. Nihon means land of the rising sun, and Japan is also called land of the rising sun. Which space technology company has signed a commercial launch contract with ISRO for moon mission? Now you know that ISRO is sending a shuttle to moon, Chandrayaan-2 mission, which will take place in 2018, and Chandrayaan-1 was in 2008. So which space technology company has signed a commercial launch contract with ISRO for the same? This company is Team Indus. Virgin Atlantic is by a very famous person who has also written an autobiography called Losing My Virginity. Can you name that person? Who is the owner of Virgin Atlantic? And SpaceX, you know, is Elon Musk initiative. So Team Indus is the answer. The Delhi High Court has removed the ban on how many fixed dose combinations drugs like Vicks, like D-Cold and all these are called fixed dose combination drugs. So on how many drugs the ban has been uplifted by Delhi High Court? The number is 344. 344 drugs. China and Pakistan, they have launched the direct rail and sea freight service as a part of the CPEC. CPEC means China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. My video on CPEC has been watched by more than 1 million people. So do check that video out. It will clear your concepts. What is CPEC, why it is important, etc. It will connect which two cities? This rail and sea freight service. One will be from China, one will be from Pakistan. The answer is Kunming and Karachi. The port city Karachi and Kunming in China. Shriram Gojamgunde passed away recently. He was related to which field? Shriram Gojamgunde. So Shriram Gojamgunde was a very, very popular Marathi actor. He was a theatre actor, he was a Marathi filmmaker, and he was an actor. So he was related to the field of cinema. Who was declared as Asia's Businessman of the Year for 2016 by Forbes? Asia's Businessman of the Year, this honor went to Sheng Wei. Sheng Wei, he got this honor. And who is Sheng Wei? He has a company called Didi. It is the China's largest ride-sharing service, like BlaBla cabs. Didi. And this company has attracted more than 300 million users in China. Didi. Who has been named as the interim director of the Central Bureau of Investigation? Important question. CBI director was Anil Sinha, everybody knows, but now his tenure is over. So they were not able to find, government was not able to find an appropriate person to head this post. So for the meanwhile, interim position has been given to Mr. Rakesh Asthana. Rakesh Asthana is the interim director of CBI till they find a proper director. The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, called BMC, has made which person their brand ambassador for anti-opentification mission? Anti-opentification mission. Who is the brand ambassador? Who will promote? Who will spread awareness about the anti-opentification? It is Salman Khan. Now a question for you, and one of the most important question. Which is the first state in India to become open defecation free? If you know the answer, you can write in comments. Which is the first state in India to become open defecation free? Phulel Singh Sujlana passed away recently. He was related to which field? So slightly difficult question because he was not, he was not in news because he was a hockey empire. He was a hockey empire. So the answer is sports. The International Day for the Abolition of Slavery is observed every year on which day? So slavery, which is a blot on humanity, it needs to be wiped off from the surface of the earth, and for that United Nations validated International Day for the Abolition of Slavery. It is celebrated in fact by United Nations General Assembly, and since 1986 we are celebrating it. So it is observed every year on December 2nd. The Border Security Force. Border Security Force, which takes care of our borders, especially in Bangladesh, Pakistan. So Border Security Force celebrated its which numbers raising day in New Delhi. So how many years has it been since the BSF was raised? It was their 51st raising day. 51st. Which day is celebrated as National Pollution Control Day every year? This is basically to honor thousands of people who lost their lives in the Bhopal gas tragedy in 1984. So do you know about Bhopal gas tragedy? Thousands of people got killed because methyl isocyanate gas was leaked, and this was a clear case of negligence more than anything. So this was a factory which was owned by Dow Chemicals. It is 2nd of December that we observe National Pollution Control Day. Next question. Indian Council of Medical Research has signed a memorandum of understanding with which organization for cooperation in the area of zoonosis, antimicrobial resistance, nutrition and pesticide residues. This MOU they have signed with Indian Council of Agriculture Research, which is ICAR. According to the United Nations, what will be India's GDP growth in 2017? So according to United Nations, this they said in their latest report on Asia Pacific Economic and Social Survey of Asia and the Pacific in 2016, India's GDP will grow by 7.6%. But there are a lot of credit rating agencies which have reduced India's forecast because of the demonetization drive, like CRISIL. So according to CRISIL, India's GDP was supposed to grow 7.9%, but now their latest projection is 6.9%. So they have reduced it. Similarly, many more organizations, credit rating agencies are reducing India's GDP forecast now. Who was honored with UNICEF's Audrey Hepburn Humanitarian Award? Audrey Hepburn was a great actress. Do check out the movie Breakfast at the Tiffany's if you want to see one of her greatest movies. Now UNICEF is United Nations International Children Emergency Fund. It works for children welfare. It is the agency of United Nations headquartered at the same place where United Nations is headquartered, that is in New York. So UNICEF's Audrey Hepburn Humanitarian Award went to Kate Perry, and this award was bestowed on her by Hillary Clinton. Which company has partnered with Hindustan Petroleum Corporation and Indian Oil Corporation, two of our biggest PSUs, to accept the payment in petrol pumps? Which company has signed it? And this will be payment will be accepted through Ola Money. So the answer is Ola. Which airline uses world's largest passenger aircraft, Airbus A380, but recently launched the world's shortest scheduled service? And this shortest scheduled service is from Dubai to Doha. Doha is the capital of Qatar. From Dubai to Doha, it is the world's shortest scheduled service on Airbus A380. So this has been done by Emirates Airlines, and it is only a 60 to 70 minutes flight. The Reserve Bank of India decided to extend the time for deployment of Aadhaar enabled services till which date? Aadhaar enabled services. So this was a little slow because of the poor infrastructure that we have, and there was a supply demand mismatch. So the RBI has extended the deadline now to June 30, 2017. Which country scientists have developed a unique low-cost method of producing high-quality nuclear fuel by using electricity? Nuclear fuel can be produced from electricity, high-quality nuclear fuel. A lot of nuclear fuels are important for nuclear reactor like uranium, plutonium, thorium, etc. And this has been done by Russia's scientists. Russia capital is Moscow, currency is ruble, and president is Vladimir Putin. When do we observe United Nations International Day of Persons with Disabilities? So the person with disabilities, earlier they were called disabled, now they are called differently abled because they are able to achieve anything. And there is a word given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to these people, Divyang. They are not Viklang or disabled, but they are Divyang. So International Day for persons with disabilities is observed every year since 1992 on December the 3rd. In order to promote ecotourism in this state and also to position this state as one of the bird watching destinations, which state has organized a 3-day international festival on birds from 2nd to 4th of December? This was done in Uttar Pradesh by Akhilesh Yadav, and this was done in Agra. This was done in Agra. A bird festival was organized at the National Chambal Sanctuary, which is in Agra, in Uttar Pradesh. Which region's Women Legal Service, in collaboration with TRS Law Offices India, has launched a website which is called www.girlsgottaknow.in. And what do girls gotta know? It is the laws, it is the legal rights, their rights. So this is an educational website. This has been launched by which region's Women Legal Service? It has been launched by Tasmania's Women Legal Service in collaboration with TRS Law Offices, Tasmania, Australia. Scientists have discovered the world's first polluted river. It is the world's first polluted river, and it was polluted by copper contamination. This is 7,000 years ago. Which place this river has been discovered? It has been discovered in Jordan, Middle East country, Jordan. The capital is Amman. Who became the oldest golfer to win an Asian Tour title after winning the Panasonic Open India? Panasonic Open golf tournament was recently won by Mr. Mukesh Kumar. He is 51-year-old, becoming the oldest golfer to win the Asian Tour title. The government of which state has launched Yuva Sanchar Yojana? Yuva Sanchar. Sanchar means communication. Yojana providing limited free talk time and internet data pack to the youth. So this has been done by Goa, and the scheme is called Goa Yuva Sanchar Yojana. Goa has a BJP government. Lakshmikant Parsekar is the chief minister. John Key, he is the prime minister of which country? He recently resigned from his post and surprised everyone. John Key said that he is resigning because he wants the fresh new talent to come, and also he wants to spend time with his family. So that was his statement. John Key was prime minister of New Zealand. New Zealand capital is Wellington. Niti Aayog, which is the new name of Planning Commission. Now Niti Aayog has taken an initiative to transfer how much amount to encourage each district in the country to encourage digital payments. So Niti Aayog has suggested that rupees 5 lakh should be given to every district in the country, so that with the help of this 5 lakh rupees, they can start their schemes to promote cashless transaction. Niti Aayog CEO is Amitabh Kant, and Niti Aayog's chairman is always the Prime Minister of the country. Niti Aayog vice chairman is Arvind Pangaria. From which date the reservation of rail tickets for senior citizens will be directly linked to Aadhaar or any unique identification card on mandatory basis for availing concession at both the counter and e-tickets? So basically, from which date, if a senior citizen want to book a ticket and want to avail discount because he is a senior citizen, then his reservation will be Aadhaar linked. So this date is April 1, 2017. Which state government has made an official announcement to ban carrying of arms at wedding functions under section 144 of the Criminal Procedure Code? Now please note that it's a tradition in a lot of states that whenever there is any marriage function or any wedding function or any function, then they carry out fire at wedding. It's a celebratory fire. But sometimes what happens is, like we saw last week, a girl in Bhatinda was killed. She was a dancer. She was killed because of firing. So which state government has made an official announcement that now you cannot carry arms at wedding function, and if you do, you can get jailed up to 6 months for that. So this announcement was made by Haryana. Which company has topped the 2016 Empathy Global Index? Now this is one of the most important questions, and I'll tell you why. Empathy means when you have concern, when you are concerned about others, when you have sympathy, empathy, when you want to do good to others, when you really care about your employees. That is called empathy towards employees. So this company is Facebook. So Facebook is the company that topped this index. And number 2 was Alphabet. Alphabet is the parent company of Google. But why this question is important is because there were 150 companies in this. Okay. Bottom 10 companies, 9 were Indian companies. And the company which topped from bottom, which means the least empathetic company, is also Indian. And therefore this shows that Indian companies are not that concerned about the empathy towards employees. So the company, Indian company that was placed at the top in the least empathetic company was Bharat Petroleum. Okay, Bharat Petroleum. Then the second from bottom was Sun Pharma, and third from bottom was ICICI Bank. The founders of which company have been chosen for 2016 Asian of the Year by Straits Times of Singapore as part of the group called the Disruptors. See, the disruptors, there's a disruptive innovation are the one which take the market by surprise, the industry by surprise, and bring something new and fresh which causes threat to the existing ecosystem. That is called disruptive innovation. These two people are founders of Flipkart, Sachin Bansal and Benny Bansal. They are called Asian of the Year by the Straits Times of Singapore. Who became the new president of Uzbekistan? The capital of Uzbekistan is Tashkent. It was a part of the USSR. So Uzbekistan, the new president, he secured almost 88.6% of the votes in the presidential election. So significant, resounding victory, Shavkat Mirziyoyev. So the answer is Shavkat Mirziyoyev. And whom did he beat in the elections? He beat Islam Karimov, who has been the president of Uzbekistan since 1991, the year when Soviet Empire collapsed. Which company has launched a safety application called Trusted Contacts? So just like on Facebook, you can mark yourself safe, in the event of any natural disaster. On this app also, Trusted Contacts, you can mark yourself safe, and your through GPS, your location will be shared with only a handful of people you choose in your circle. So this app is launched by Google. The Ministry of Earth Sciences has inaugurated the Winter Fog campaign at the airport of which city? It is one of the most polluted cities in the world, and this is New Delhi Airport. Winter Fog campaign was launched by Ministry of Earth Sciences, and basically this campaign is aimed at it's a measurement campaign to understand the physical and chemical features of fog and factors responsible for the fog. India has agreed to train which country's pilots, Sukhoi 30 fighter pilots, as part of the mutual cooperation in defense. So this is a good step by India because this country is also anti-China. So we need defense cooperation with such countries like Japan, like Taiwan, all the countries which are against China. So this has been done by India for Vietnam. India will train Vietnamese Sukhoi 30 fighter pilots. Vietnam capital is Hanoi. Which government has started a scheme called Swasth Kutumbam in association with Tata Trust? This is very, very important question. Government scheme. This has been started by the government of Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh in Vijayawada. Vijayawada has become India's first constituency to have health insurance for all people. So again, I say Vijayawada, remember this name. India has agreed to give how much donation to United Nations Relief and Work Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East, which is called UNRWA. India will give how much relief, how much aid to UNRWA? It is $1.25 million, almost 8 crore rupees. Palestine, Israel, there is a conflict. As a result, there are a lot of Palestine refugees. What is the repo and reverse repo rate as per the 5th bi-monthly monetary policy? This bi-monthly monetary policy, happens once in 2 months, and this time it was on 6th of December. Next will be on 8th of February, and the one before that was on 4th of October. 4th of October was the first monetary policy of Urjit Patel, the new governor of RBI. This was the second monetary policy of Urjit Patel. Everybody was expecting a repo rate cut because of demonetization, but surprisingly the repo rate was kept constant at 6.25% and reverse repo is 5.75%. So the answer is A. The Reserve Bank of India relaxed the two-factor authentication norm for online transaction up to how much amount? So you know that when you make a digital transaction, you need to swipe your card or enter details, and then there is a OTP or one-time password that you have to fill, or in some cases you have to enter a 4-digit PIN. That is called a two-factor authentication. But now that two-factor authentication is done away with, not completely because it is voluntary. So if you want two-factor authentication to be there, it will be there. But if you don't want it because it is inconvenient to fill it 2 times, then you can simply fill a form and it will not apply to the transactions up to 2,000 rupees. One more thing, previously you could pay only 10,000 rupees with your Paytm wallet. That was the limit per month. Now it has been upgraded to 20,000. Which company has launched its toll-free number, that is 1800 1800 1234, and this is basically you can do the transaction without internet connection. you can just register your mobile number with this company. They will give you a 4-digit PIN code, and with that PIN code you can do the transaction. You don't need even internet connection. This toll-free number has been launched by Paytm. Paytm founder is Vijay Shekhar Sharma. How many banks have joined the National Financial Switch network? And this network operates lot of ATMs. In fact, more than 230,000 ATMs in India are operated by this network. So how many banks have joined it? As per the National Payments Corporation of India, the number of banks is 100 banks have joined it, and the total number on this network now has become 745. Which ministry has tied up with India Post and State Bank of India to offer payments options to buyers and simplify the shipping of products bought from Mahila A Hath? So this is a kind of women empowerment. If you are buying products from Mahila A Hath, you can do cashless payments, and for that, which ministry has tied up with India Post Bank and State Bank of India? It is the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Which bank was awarded the best MSME bank, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Bank, by ASSOCHAM? One of the most important questions. This bank is the Corporation Bank, the best MSME bank. The Indian Space Research Organization recently launched a remote sensing satellite. The name of the satellite was ResourceSat-2A, and it was launched from Satish Dhawan Space Center, which is in Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. What was the satellite launch vehicle that was used to carry this remote sensing satellite? The name of the vehicle is PSLV C-36, and this is 38th flight of PSLV C-36. Which country's women hockey team beat Netherlands to win the Women's Hockey Junior World Cup? And Men's Hockey Junior World Cup was won by India after 15 years, but Women's Hockey Team World Cup was won by Argentina. They beat Netherlands or Holland in the final. When do we observe International Civil Aviation Day every year? International Civil Aviation Day is observed since 1994, and the theme this year was working together to ensure no country is left behind, and the day is 7th of December. Rashan Salam, he died recently. He was related to which field? So he was from United States of America, and he was in their national football team. He was shot dead. He was found dead in Colorado. So the answer is sports. Rashan Salam. On which day do we observe the Armed Forces Flag Day? Armed Forces Flag Day. It is celebrated annually in India on December 7th. December 7 we have Armed Forces Flag Day. Now there is a portal which has been launched by the Ministry of Women and Child Development to register online complaints of child sexual abuse. What it is called? So it has a big name, and this portal is to prevent child abuse, sexual abuse, and this is called Protection of Children from Sexual Offences. Protection of Children from Sexual Offences, in short, POXO e-box. Which country has topped the 2016 Enabling Trade Index of World Economic Forum? Enabling Trade Index is by World Economic Forum. That is why it is important. The number one country, the country that topped it, is Singapore. But what is India's position? India's position was a very poor 102 out of 136 countries. When do we observe the United Nations International Volunteers Day to recognize the efforts of the volunteers worldwide? Volunteer is a person who works without pay. So Volunteer Day, to honor their efforts, we celebrate every year on December the 5th. And this year the theme was Global Applause, Give Volunteers a Hand. I repeat, Global Applause, Give Volunteers a Hand. Now there is a very important military exercise between India and Russia that takes place every year. This time it is taking place between the Navy, and this will take place from December 14 to 21st. What is the name of this military exercise? This Navy exercise is taking place in the coastal town of Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. So this is called 2016 Indra Navy. 2016 Indra Navy. So if you like the video, do share, like, comment, subscribe. I say this in every video, and you don't have to wait too long for December 2nd week video. It will be brought to you within few hours from now. Thank you for watching.